Hey guys, today I'm going to show you 7 steps to setting up your own virtual book club for middle graders. Hi, I'm Tiffany, the Happy Homeschooler. For the last few months, I've been running a book club for middle graders, and it's all been on Zoom because, COVID. So I have the 7 steps to help you guys set up your own. We've been having a blast. I have so much fun geeking out about books and watching the middle graders geek out about books too. We've all been enjoying it, and I have a request to make it for younger kids too. So I might be having 2 book clubs, and my next video might be about how to run a book club for elementary kids. Here are my 7 steps. Step number 1 is ask around and see if your kids' friends or your friends' kids would be interested in joining a book club, because I first started just by asking to see if there was interest. I had interest in running a book club because I was a part of a book club before and I loved it, and I thought my son would really enjoy it because he's like a bookaholic. So I thought I'll just see if some other kids would be interested too. So that was step 1, and I did get a lot of interest, so I moved on to step 2. Step 2, and this is important, research books. And I know, maybe you don't have time. If you don't have time, check out my video. I'll put it up here. But I have lots of book recommendations for middle graders. Historical fiction, general fiction, Greek mythology, whatever you could want, I have recommendations. But find some books that your potential attendees would be interested in and go for it. I promise you there are so many good books for middle graders out there, and you will have so much fun. Step 3, after you've acknowledged, after you've confirmed that there are children who want to do this book club, pick a date and pick a book and just stick to it. I chose mine a month out so that we had time to read the book, because our book club runs and goes once every month. So once a month, we all meet together for book club. So give yourself a month, pick a book, give yourself a month, and give the kids a month to read through the book, and you should be good to go. Step 4. Now this is happening while, theoretically, your kids are going through the books and enjoying the book that you have chosen. While that's going on, you want to choose discussion topics. And unfortunately, I did not find a lot of resources for this in one place. I couldn't just go to Amazon and buy a list of book discussion questions. Now, I have found that I think that the tabletop conversations or something, they probably have some things that would work. What I ended up doing was I went to Pinterest and I just found a variation. I found, book questions for adults, but then I made some of them more simple for kids. I also just pieced together book club questions, and I ended up with a list of about 20-25 questions. That's my suggestion for how to find these questions. And then I made some up. I made some based on the book. I made some just what I thought would be fun to answer as a kid. My suggestion with the book club questions is that you already know some of the answers. So you, as the person running the book club, you should do some research on the book, know what the theme was, know what the author wanted to share. You want to know, okay? I definitely did some recon on the books that I chose so that I could answer questions, because the middle graders, they're learning this stuff, and it's a great learning tool, and you can share it with them. You can ask them what they think the theme is, and then just go a little deeper. But I have some really easy questions. Who's your favorite character? Why did you like them? If you could travel back into that book, where would you want to go? Really easy questions for the middle schoolers, because I don't want to just throw a bunch of hard, what was the theme? What's the underlying theme? What was the author trying to share in this book? I ask those questions, but I don't ask only those questions, because those are all hard, and then kids can feel uncomfortable or put on the spot. So the point of book club is to have fun, so I ask some hard questions and I ask some easier questions. And if the kids don't know the answer, I have the answer, and I can just kind of walk them through it so they get to learn something and they're having fun. Step 5 is set up Zoom. If you're doing book club during this time and you can't have it in, I don't want to say real life, if you can't have it and actually have a group get together, then Zoom is a great way to go. I preferred Zoom anyway, because my book club, I had actually thought to do it way before COVID, and I wanted to include children from all around the world, and so we already were planning to use Zoom. Zoom is a very easy, if you don't know what Zoom is yet, well, I'd kind of be shocked, but Zoom, you can just meet in a group, and I do have to pay for it because you can't have more than like 3 attendees. So I pay for Zoom, and I think it's only like $15 a month. It's very affordable, but Zoom is a great way to be able to get multiple children all be able to connect on the one platform. I'll put the link to Zoom below so that if you don't have it, you can look it up and see what you think. I'm sure there's other ways that you could connect, but I did find that Zoom is the most easy for me personally. Step 6. The big night arrives and you want to be prepared and you meet up. So step 6 is just meeting up. Now, I wrote out a Google document. I told kids what to expect. I told them some of the questions we'd have. I reminded them of the book we were reading. I gave suggestion of snacks, and I put on that Google document, I put all the different time zones for all the different places we were meeting from so that it was easy. They didn't have to try to do a time converter to remember what time we're meeting. I sent out a text about an hour, I think, beforehand. I sent out a text and just remind everyone, like, hey, looking forward to seeing you in an hour to discuss this book. Just as a reminder, because kids are kids and parents are busy, so they can't always be expected to remember everybody's schedules. So I sent out a text to all of the parents, just reminding them, like, oh, I'm excited to see your kid in, an hour at book club. Easy, but also important and very, very helpful, because you don't want to just get on and wonder where everyone is because they forgot. So then you have your discussion, and I went through it. I just asked one kid one question. So if you have a small group, you can ask everybody the same question and have them, everybody can kind of chime in, much like an actual book club. But I did find that when you have a lot of children on the meeting, it can be hard to get everyone's opinion on every single question. It's just there's not enough time. So my book club only goes for an hour. I actually might extend that to an hour and a half, because I did find that we were kind of short on time. Everybody was excited and wanted to keep talking, so I might make it a little bit longer in the future. Also, if you guys want to join us in our book club, I will put the link to whatever book we're reading through that month in the description of this video so that you guys can read along if you want and share your thoughts on the books. Right now we're going to be doing Wings of Fire, which a lot of the kids have already read, but they were so excited to talk about Wings of Fire that I was like, fine, we'll just do Wings of Fire. So that's what we're currently reading, and our discussion will be in March. So if you're watching this in February, read Wings of Fire with us. And if you're reading it after that, I don't have my list planned out, but I will put in the description whatever book we're working through so that you guys can follow along if you so desire and tell us the thoughts you have on the book we're reading. And step number 7, the final step. After book club is done, I like to send out a little gift to all of my attendees. So first month I sent out dragon gifts because we read Dragon Slippers. Second month I'm sending out lighthouse gifts because we read The Lighthouse Between the Worlds. And next month I'll be sending out something again dragon related because we're reading Wings of Fire. So I like to send out a small gift. It does not have to be a lot, doesn't have to be expensive, especially when you've got 15 students. You don't necessarily want to spend $10 per person. That's kind of a lot. So you can choose really affordable gifts. I found some lighthouse magnets, and I was able to get 15 of them for $27, and then I'm just mailing them individually, and that works perfectly fine. I mean, it's totally acceptable. I think it just kind of depends how big or how small you want to go, but I like to send a little thank you card, little thank you gift for every attendee, just because I think it makes it a little bit more fun for those middle graders just to get excited about, the book they read, and then give them a bookish gift. Because I like bookish gifts and I'm an adult, so I just assume that they would like that too. So that's my final step, is be sure to tell them thank you, even if it's just a card. Let them know that you had fun going through those discussion questions with them, and you look forward to them being with you for the next book club meeting. There it is. That's my 7 steps for starting your own virtual book club for middle graders. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do that. I make videos every single week about homeschooling, books, reading, and so on. And I look forward to seeing you guys for my next one.